go ahead and...
Okay, there we go. For those people who have been here the entire time and couldn't hear what I was saying, that's because for some reason, every single time I start this stream, every single stream for that matter, it automatically picks up my microphone. But tonight, it was like, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to make sure that that's not turned on. But it is now, so you can hear me now. For a little bit of a reference for those people who've been here the entire time, thank you for joining us. I've just been asking the players when I first announced this campaign what their expectations were and whether or not it has met those expectations. I don't want to say lived up because I know it's great because I mean, come on, I'm doing it, but whether or not it is sort of, you know what I mean. Mod, go. Save me.
All right, so we did hear Dan's answer. We heard Christian's answer. My answer is so the question is, is it how I expected?
Mechanically, thematically?
I had no idea what to expect. I'd never done anything to do with Curse of Strahd. I had avoided it because I've been told you can only do it once, first time once, which is fair enough. So very excited on that. In regards to where we are and where I thought would be, I do like we've finally had time to actually do some role play within the party, because I find it's really weird. Maybe it's just for me as a person behind the 16 weeks or 19 weeks of gameplay. It's weird when you haven't learned anything about the characters in game and they're sort of just chugging along, because we don't have, so having all this backstory stuff where we're talking about stuff and walking and learning things about each other, like these times where we, after the murder house, when we're in our hotel rooms and stuff, when we do the nitty gritty bits in between the momentous bits where we learn stuff, I'm glad we've done them, because it was driving me crazy traveling around for 19 human weeks, even though it was only
2 days,
one night in game. Yeah. Yeah, so it's one of those things. It's it was driving me crazy because I want to learn more about the characters. So I'm glad we've got that happening.
Building bonds with one another.
Yes. I like it to feel like a party. When it's too random, it feels unconnected, even though in the heat of the moment it would feel different. So that's just a me thing with the time dilation.
No, I agree. It's for anyone watching that is an anime fan, it's the difference between a shitty isekai that just jumps into the action versus Frieren, where they spend an entire arc
Frieren.
Cooking, talking, walking on the road, and it was voted the best anime of the year because of that, because it just allows you to learn stuff about each other. And for Curse of Strahd right now, that's been really important for us, because we were hired by Aragel. If you look at it for our characters, we were hired by Aragel. The mission for Aragel has now sort of disappeared. Obviously, we want to escape, but why do we need to stick around with one another to do that? So having this time to learn a little bit about each other has given us more connections, reasons.
Yes. And I also think last episode where we learned we are trapped is one of the biggest things that's happened so far. For me, that is the moment where hey, we're in this together. He's always been team us. Tane has. He's always been let's form a party and get behind the great William Iron Dancer. Take a bow, Dan. But it's also one of those things where if there's no big bad or anything and there's nothing happening and it's just fighting random stuff, it's not really a cause. But now we're trapped. There's the devil. And it's just us against the world. And you can sort of see that group starting to build. So I love that. So I think we're at the key point where everyone should tune in and listen. And if I had one thing, because I guess you're asking for changes and suggestions, one thing I would do is I would cut down on, because we don't move that far each round because we're enjoying it, cut down on the rehab. What do they call it?
Recap? The recap?
Recap.
Uh-huh.
And actually for the podcast, just get one of us to like voice like last week, because I love that sort of stuff. Just like a quick clip, damn, straight in.
I'll take that under consideration.
Yes,
But I like
nailed it.
doing my recaps. Okie dokie. Now, speaking of recaps, last week, wasn't it? Yeah,
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it was. You had an opportunity to explore your current surroundings, which was the what they call the River Ivlis Crossroads, where you had found a raised platform with what now appears to be an ancient guillotine, and across the road from that, a small graveyard. Tane and Fujin explored the graveyard. Thana heard a sound and went to explore the guillotine.
She would.
At which point, you were both accosted by some horrifying monsters. There were some maggots involved. It was a good time, but we're still in the midst of that combat as another one of these beasts burst from one of these empty graveyards. At the end of the episode, you are correct, Mod. I got you to flip the coin of probability. Tell us again, where did you get that coin from?
This is from a great place called Fruit Bowl Dice at fruitbowldice.com. This is the coin of probability, so you can actually see on my screen there because I got the lighting a bit better this time. That is a natural 20 on one side and a natural 1 on the other one. So we actually flipped it, and if we got a natural 20, we were going to finish the creature off in a cinematic at the end of the episode. And if we got a 1, it would have an extra attack this week. And of course, we got the natural 20. Yeah,
you got the natural
one.
You got a 1.
Got the 1.
Wah, wah. Sad
We can make it
emoji
exciting.
for the kids. That's right, Fruit Bowl Dice. If you want to have no control over your life, make sure you check out Fruit Bowl Dice. Get them to make all of your decisions for you. I guarantee you won't regret it. Fruitbowldice.com. Use the affiliate code CritMiss to check out. Get yourself a free gift. Also go tabletopaudio.com if you're enjoying the ambience you are hearing in your ear holes, presumably right now. Let's just dive straight back into it, shall we? Because we are at the top of the next round of combat, I believe, which is round 3. That is correct, round 3.
I've got Fritz and Thana open, so I'll handle them. I'm fine with that.
How dare you?
Oh.
They're down.
I had one open as well.
They're still recovering
Oh, you
from
can
their
do one or do the
ordeal.
other.
No, I'm alright. That's okay.
Now let's turn on this button. Wait, is that already on? Oh,
I don't think I
over
should.
to the map.
Christian, I don't think I should, because the last 2 times I've played other people, I rolled nothing but like 3s and 2s.
I do remember
and
that.
1. Yeah, it's just I've got my cursed dice for me that rolls bad, and I think when I roll for other people, I roll bad as well.
Oh, I got it.
All right. So we're still in the midst of combat, still a creature to deal with here, and there might still be more happening. You don't know. But one thing I do know, Tane Nui, it is the top of round 3, and it is your turn. Let me give you a little bit of a understanding. If anyone's listening to the audio version of this, if I can ever be bothered uploading more episodes, we have a creature in the bottom left or southwestern corner of this rectangular graveyard. It is a large creature. There is a thigh-high stone wall which surrounds the graveyard, and we have Irina inside the graveyard with the creature, and we have Ismark standing just outside 5 feet to her southwest, both of them within melee range of the creature. And we have Fujin and Tane Nui around about 25 feet to the east, Bill Iron Dancer 30 feet to the southeast, and then the rest of the party about 45 to 50 feet standing on the guillotine's platform around about 45 feet away. So that's where we stand at the moment. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, above VTT's got these cool new overlay things. Can you guys see that fog going on? A little bit of fog on the map.
Yes, it is coming in now. Yes.
I'm so immersed right now. It's like I'm in Barovia.
Yeah.
How cool is that? All right, Tane, what do you do?
All right. Tane is going to run heroically, which, you know, not clumsily, heroically, over to yonder. And he is actually going to
finish off
Can he attack from
Irina.
there, or is there a wall in the way?
You can attack from there. The creature is large, so I'm not going to give it any cover. If it was a smaller creature, I'd give it some cover. But yeah, you can make that attack from there.
Excellent.
I see what you're doing.
Yes, so Tane is going to use his longsword and give it a bit of a poke.
Ow! It says.
Ba-ba-bum.
What's wrong with you?
That is a nat 20.
Ow!
Oh, nice.
I'm played by
Yeah,
Sir
was just
Walken. I'm walking here. This creature
Do
is
you still have any
played by
smites
Sir Walken.
left?
I do have smites left. I'm just wondering what's
Excellent.
going on with this damage. It just rolled twice for me.
Yeah, D&D Beyond.
On a crit.
On a crit, if you like roll it now, will automatically do that for you.
Okay, well apparently I dropped my shield. I'm gonna go with it. Apparently, D&D Beyond says Tane dropped his shield.
It's rolled 2d8 and then 2d10, so it's giving you both options.
Is
But
it?
both rolled a 14.
Oh,
Oh,
look at us.
oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh,
That's cool.
pretty
So
soon,
that means that
Dungeons
I
and
got a
Dragons will
14
be
on
able
the single-handed one.
to D&D will be
Yeah,
able
you
to
actually
play
got really
itself
fucking
soon.
good on the single-handed.
Okay, well,
Then what
yeah,
do I use
let's
for?
drop a smite on that thing.
You don't have to. I mean, if you want to just let it
9
live. I should get my calculator
and
for this. All right.
10. So it's 19, 33 damage.
1,933 damage.
Yes.
Good hit.
Oh boy. Still alive. No. So 33 points of damage. Okay. Let me just
Nice hit.
quickly run those numbers.
Smite, baby!
Do you have any other smites or just divine smites?
I do have Inspiring Smite, but I think I used it last time. And
Oh, that's the channel divinity. Yeah, no. I
Yeah,
mean, like
and-
spells.
Actually, yeah. Let's see if I've got any. No, no.
Okay.
I do have Bless still up.
That's right. Yeah. On me, you, and
So on you 3 times.
on me 3 times.
Thana, I think.
I think it was
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's what I mean.
Thana.
On Fujin,
Yeah.
Thana, and
And Fritz.
Fritz.
Yeah, I can see it. It's the hourglass symbol.
Yeah. So to start the game off, Tane runs over, gives Ismark a bit of a shove to get him out of the way to make sure he doesn't get hit by one of those
He
tentacles.
falls prone.
And then stabs the creature in the face with a crit.
Surely
Maybe
the
you did get a D20 in that coin of luck.
I did, baby. I did. Well, I flipped it just before we started and it came up 20, so...
The Morning Lord
Did
surely
I just
has
finish it
blessed
in the
you,
schematic?
says Ismark, as you deal that solid blow to this creature. I don't like that. Neither does the creature. Played, as I mentioned, by Sir Walken.
Lovely.
Ow! Just trying to eat some corpses. And it is the creature's turn. So it's going to make some attacks. And it does have an
And you said
additional
this thing's
attack.
not undead, didn't you?
I did say that, yes. I don't like having to tell you that, but I did mention that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it would have been more damage. We would have seen a big explosion.
A bigger explosion. What does Smite look like for Tane Nua?
Tane knew it. So, yeah, as I said, runs up, sees that Ismark's about to get stabbed in the head, so he knocks him to the side, stabs the creature, and what happens is pierces in, and there's a bit of a pause. Then a bit of light starts glowing out of where the hole the sword's punctured in, and then a massive, and one part of the bug just like rips off
Oh, and it's like,
in a blinding light.
who are you? The Foo Fighters. And then it's going to, well, not it, rather I am going to use one of these lovely Abyssal Depth die from Fruit Bowl dice to roll a d6, because it currently has 3 combatants threatening it. I'm going to say 1, 2 will be Irina. 3, 4 is going to be Tane Nui. And a 5 or a 6 is going to be the fan favorite, Mr. Ismark Kolyana. Let's roll some dice.
Go for it.
I'll tell you right now, this could be someone's death. That's a 2,
Fingers crossed for Ismark.
which I think is worst case scenario for all of you, because that means it's going to be attacking Irina Kolyana.
Now, just to double check, because obviously it's been a while, does Irina's stat sheet have the temp HP that Tane gave her?
Oh, let's talk about that temp HP, because I don't remember about that. Let me have a look.
It was the Inspiring Smite.
I think it was like 10 hit points.
No, I think
It
I
may
do
have
have
been
that.
less.
I do have that added
Because
to
you had
it.
25, you took 15, you gave her 10, I think.
Okay, yep, perfect.
I have her having 5 extra hit points.
Maybe I'm... That's
It
fine.
might have been 15. Might have been 15. Yeah, because it was 2d8, I think.
Okay, so you took 10, gave her 5.
I took 10. I was
Yeah.
greedy.
Yeah.
Give
So
her
she
5.
has 5 extra HP. Could be the difference between life or death.
Well, could I get you to make this attack with disadvantage? Because I do have the longsword mastery.
Let's find
So
out.
I have sapped this creature.
Because before this creature does anything, its tentacles are flailing around, and it's impossible to avoid, like the sticky saliva that's coming off of them. And it's going to force Irina to make a Constitution saving throw. Let's see what a Constitution is like. Ooh, not great. And that is going to be... Let's have a look. Make sure I'm getting everything correct here. A fail on the paralyzing tentacles, so making her unable to defend herself. Now, that doesn't mean that you're unable to defend her. So talk to me. You had the longsword mastery, which means it has to make an attack with disadvantage. Sure.
Yeah, it could also choose not to attack. But if it does make an attack, it has to be done with disadvantage.
All right, so a flat roll since she's paralyzed. I'm going to go ahead and put the paralyzed condition on her little Jaunski here so I can actually read what paralyzed does. Incapacitated, saving throws, automatic, any attack roll that hits you is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet. Well, it is within 5 feet. Now, it means it doesn't have advantage on the attack. It's just a flat roll here, but if it does hit, it's going to be a critical hit. And because of our poor luck from the coin flip in the last episode, this could be pretty bad because it's getting an extra attack. Let's roll some attacks here, shall we? Starting with... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be hits. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh! Ah! Rocks. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to double this because it is a critical hit.
Well, hang on.
Oh!
What did you roll?
I rolled
Is this
a
just the first attack?
total of 16. No, that's correct. It's the first attack.
Okay, yep.
Yep. Okay. All right. So let's roll some dice. Oh. Oh. So that's going to be... Now, I roll twice, don't I? And add the modifier once. Is that correct?
Correct.
Ooh. All right, first hit. And she's still standing. Thanks to your temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Next attack, though. This could be the end of Irina as we know her. Rolling.
I am going to use
Ooh.
my protection reaction and
Okay.
impose disadvantage. So
All right.
jump in with that shield, baby.
So, flat roll again.
Flat roll again.
Flat roll again. Comes down to the dice here. This could be a game changer. Let me just make sure there's nothing else I can do. There is nothing else I can do here. That is going to be the exact same roll as before, which means this is a critical hit. Let's talk about massive damage. Now, this is not a rule that I've ever had to use before. I'm going to say because Irina is such a core component of this, it's not just any creature that you've come across. I'm going to give her a chance to survive this attack. But I can't remember what the rules of massive damage is. Is it if you go your hit points under their maximum? That's it? Lights out? No coming back?
If you got 100, if you got 100 hit points and you get to negative 101, there is no reviving.
All right. May surprise you, but
So you have to go like negative. Yeah.
Negative whatever she has, and then slightly higher.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's a chance she could survive this. Comes down to the roll of the dice again, because this is a critical hit on account of being paralyzed. Let's roll some dice. Ooh, okay. Let's have a look here. Just got to absolutely make sure here, because this could be a game changer. You're not going to believe what I just rolled. I'm going to lift the veil here for you guys. Irina has 1 hit point remaining, thanks to your temporary hit points that you provided her. This creature struck a critical hit, which means 4d4 plus 4 damage, piercing damage, and then an additional 1d6 poison damage. I rolled 16 points of damage. And she has a maximum hit points of 14, sorry. Her maximum hit points is 14.
Oh.
Which means she goes to negative 15.
Oh, she's dead then. No.
Which is 1 point below her maximum hit points. Is there any argument to be made that this is not the correct call? Anyone? Now's your chance. I open up the floor to the jury. Anyone?
The only
There's the plot armor point of view.
yeah, and I have no issue with the plot armor. Mechanically speaking, I have nothing. On the side of other stuff, I drew something from the Taroka deck. Was it anything?
You
yeah.
did draw something from the Taroka deck. Unfortunately, you drew the silver-tongued card. You have advantage on charisma checks for 10 minutes, and that was attributed to Fritz's character. So Fritz can say a really nice eulogy if you manage to bury her in the next 10 minutes. So unless anyone has anything else, I can't see any way around this. This is not what I wanted. But sometimes we are at the mercy of what the dice tell us. And the creature just begins tearing into Irina, and she screams. And Ismark cries out in horror as Viscera is just torn from her body, strips of flesh thrown about this graveyard. And Irina falls beyond the ability to be healed, as the massive damage rules have killed a major NPC in Beckoned Blackest Night. And that is the end of
We
the
might
creature's
be able
turn.
to.
Okay, talk to me. What do you got?
I don't. No. Nothing for her.
No?
I think it's just done.
That's done for her.
But for the party chat, after the combat, we might be able to rush. Oh, no, a minute would have passed. Way over a minute. I was going to say rush her to the Vistani, even though we didn't want to go to them. If they've got weird magic and they're allowed inside and outside, maybe they could help. But it definitely wouldn't be in time for a revivify spell.
There might
Yeah, no, the only thing I was thinking wasn't mechanically solid. I was saying the protection could be Tane jumping in front and taking the hit. But I think I would have had to say it before this all happened. So it's
yeah,
I
and
would feel
like
dishonest if I did that.
I don't want to play the softball here. This is a horror campaign. This kind of thing can happen. I don't want to soften it, and I don't want to cheapen the narrative by providing plot armor just because I think it's convenient for a character to continue on. Just having a look at the spells of Thana, she does have. Let's have a look. No, she doesn't have that. Anything that she can do here?
Anybody else think Sven just didn't want us to go to Valaki?
There we go.
You need to go to Valaki now.
I've got something for you. Thana
I have an
has
idea to
silvery
send you
bobs.
guys to the dinner. It's called Killing the Plot.
kill the plot. And that's it. It's campaign ended, everybody. I hope you enjoyed.
We did it.
That's why you wanted the summary of the campaign earlier, because it was more of a eulogy of the campaign.
Oh
how did you
god.
guys like the campaign?
You can't write this shit. Thana has gentle repose. You touch a corpse or other remains for the duration, the target is protected from decay and cannot become undead. The spell also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead, since days spent under the influence of this spell don't count against the time limit of spells such as Raise Dead. So you still have a fucking chance here. You
There's
are
a
going
window.
to the Cathedral of St. Andrew. Surely there's someone there with the ability to raise the
Hang
dead.
on. Let's not do too much. Leave some for us. that could have been something that Grace realized next session.
Well, hey.
Well, no, because it's bringing a character back from the dead. That's the last thing that Grace wants for Thana.
Exactly. You might need to talk her into it. That's a story for another time. And keep in mind, the information that I'm giving you is imperfect, because I'm not going to give away anything that you don't already know. So I'm going to let you guys make the decision about how to proceed. Maybe you don't even want to do that. Maybe best let the dead lie. You do know that the devil had some sort of unnatural obsession with Irina. Maybe that obsession's over now, and you're free to go about your chosen path. I don't know, but Fujin, you see Irina torn to pieces.
Yeah, Fujin's going to act very similar to Ismark. Just sort of seeing her finally get some hope and backbone. This really strikes a more than a chord from just the fact he had the hots for her. It was the fact that she was finally starting to grow and get some confidence. And then has had that just snuffed out way too soon. So he's going to slide in between a couple of its legs, get behind it, getting on either side with Tane, and is just going to not worry about any sort of defensive bonus actions and just launch everything into it. So a Scimitar strike first, +2 to the roll, an 8, a 10 to hit. I think that misses.
Yeah, that's going to be a miss.
Okay, I'll use...
Is that with the bless?
No, a 10. I'll see if I've good inspiration,
From-
but I'll see if I can land it first.
From memory,
Max roll, a 14?
A 10 was it originally? So that brings it to 14.
Yeah, 10 plus 4, 14.
That's a hit, you son of a bitch.
Excellent.
Bless you, son.
I'll go for There's nothing else to attack, and I don't want to use my bonus action. Another hit with the scimitar with the nick mastery of it, as I'm just going to, same as the other one, spinning, slashing around in just anger, and then an unarmed strike, hit with 25, and an unarmed strike with a hit with a 16. None of those having bless added onto them. So I'll probably just running over to this thing. It's already pretty injured from the smite that it took. I'm just gonna, like Legolas elephant, grab one of those tendrils with some fabric that I've got on my hand so I don't get paralyzed, and swing myself up onto this thing's back and just start like stabbing with the scimitar, punching it in the eye, ripping bits of scales off. As I'm guessing it falls to the ground dead. I'm gonna be give me a sec. We got that plus that plus that.
Oh, do you just
plus
have max rolls
that.
turned on at the moment?
No, they're actually falls on the dice.
Did you just turn on cheat mode?
I will re-roll the natural 1 on the dice, which is now another 4 as well. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And then I'll also add on the sneak attack, which will be another d6 for 1. So 16, 32, 37. Oh, actually, no, the nick takes off for 35. 34. 34 points of damage.
34 points of damage. The creature had 9 hit points remaining.
Yeah, the overkill, ripping, stabbing, even this thing is dead, and maybe people are running over to Irina. I'm just going to keep, like, in a feral rage at this point.
Nismark
Fujin, it's dead, mate. It's dead.
runs to Irina's body, strips of flesh missing from her chest, blood gurgling from her mouth. He cradles her in his arms as he sobs violently. No. No. You're all I had left. No, it wasn't meant to be this way. He's just crying, sobbing, inconsolable.
Fujin will obviously want to help, but right now I'm probably lost in the rage, even as you're sort of shouting Tane. So it'll be up to someone else to convince Thana.
Yeah, I think Thana would be, they're there. Death is just another part of, well, they're there. Where is the, there it is. I don't know what happened, but it's fixed. I feel like Tane is trying to calm Fujin down. Like it's gone a little bit too long. He's digging deep into the creature now, probably.
And Ismark just looks
All
up,
right, mate.
looks up to Thana. It's like, you don't understand. You don't understand. If you haven't lost anyone so close to you, first my father and now my sister. There's nothing more for me to go on. There's nothing left in this wretched world.
Is Fritz there?
Fritz is there somewhere.
Does Fritz still talk like Norman? Can we get Fritz's voice?
I can't remember what Fritz's voice sounded like. Who's playing Fritz tonight? Who's playing the part of Fritz?
Look, I'll play Fritz. Fritz would come over and does have a couple of spell slots free. That magic from it, I think, would fail. However, you tell me whether or not the spell slot will be lost. But I feel like
To flay the spell.
Yeah, Fritz would attempt a cure wounds just on the body, seeing if there's any effect. Like, oh, we need to help. Running over and attempting as, I guess, Bright Eyes comes over, like probably whimpering a little bit beside the body.
Oh, could we use Gem's silvery tongue for Fritz to say, can't you do anything about, the death? to Thana and try and roll to convince Thana to do gently repose.
She's like,
Look, as Fritz says that, Fujin would probably pop up as well, snapped out of it a little bit. Do you have magic like that? Is there hope? I'll probably even start like walking off the body around Irina and even like start shaking Thana's like shoulders, grabbing her by the collar. Can you help?
I'm gonna say that we can pick this conversation up in next week's episode, so that Grace can be here to properly represent the decisions that Thana makes. I'm not gonna say that time passes and you're unable to do this now because Grace isn't here. But I want her to be able to make this decision for her character, because I think it's a pretty important decision about how she moves on. So I'll say for the time being, let's put a hold on that, and we can pick that up again next week. I would say that Ismark is like, I just need some time to say goodbye, and maybe he takes her body just outside the graveyard and just sort of sits there with her for a little while, and you guys can have a conversation with Thana as well as Fritz next week, hopefully, if they're back, and we can decide what we're going to do. There's definitely still a chance here that you'll be able to, with the
actually, I know how to handle this.
spell. Okay, all right, go.
I was gonna say, right, why don't you guys help Ismark as much as you can, and we'll make sure the area is clear. And Tane's going to walk over to where these creatures came out of the ground.
Can Fujin do an Arcana check just quickly? I grew up with wizards, even though I myself am not the most magical. Just because I do, I want to see if Fujin knows how certain reviving spells have a time limit, and him taking her body away to sob could be fucking things up exponentially if Thana doesn't do it right now.
I would say, like, normally speaking, Thana would make that decision straight away, because Grace is, I'm not going to punish you for that. She can make that decision next week. There's
No, I know, but that's...
Yeah. So...
Okay.
No need to roll an Arcana check. I'm giving you that information right now. Normally speaking, yes, if a minute had passed, you wouldn't be able to revive her with normal magics, except with, I think, with resurrection or true resurrection, whatever it is. So, yes, normally you would be correct, but under tonight's special circumstances, this is not something that I had accounted for. I did not plan for this, but I want to give you guys the opportunity to make some choices, and I feel like I would not be doing Thana's character justice if we made that choice for her at the moment. So when we come back next week, you'll be able to make that decision. You can do a little bit of exploration of the area at the moment, and we can go from there. Does that answer your question, or?
Yeah. I just didn't want to, with him being like, I need some time carrying her body and then wasting the 60 seconds that we need.
No. That's just me thematically getting them out of the way so that we can move on with something now, and then come back next week and resolve this situation. Because
I think we should start next week with, like, remember that really impactful conversation we had? And then we'll do flashback music, like Wayne's World.
Yeah, that's something that we can definitely come back and do later. I don't think, so I want Grace to be able to make that decision for her character. So I'm just thematically, story-wise, just taking them out of the way for the time being, so that you guys can do whatever you want, and then we can come back next week and we can resolve what happened tonight. Because holy shit, this is not what I had planned.
Right. So, I just quietly, he's going to stand next to William. I'm like, I should have protected her. I feel like if I'd just given her a little bit more protection, like 1 HP more, she'd still be here right now.
I thought you'd killed it with that Did you see your blade illuminate when you did that? I've never seen it. Is that new?
I was thinking of a story about a guy that did that, and he was like some warrior of a god or something. I know. I guess I just wanted to be like him, but it didn't do enough, obviously.
No, if only Fujin was able to get in a bit earlier, we might have been able to save everything.
Yeah, I just don't know why he waited 6 seconds. It's like I had my turn, and then he just stood there while the creature attacked.
You spent all that time trying to get on the other side of it.
Yeah, that's probably it. Trying to get position. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, to be fair, big explosion. But yeah, now, William, I don't want to be callous, but what the fuck is that thing? And he points at the giant bug that we're standing next to that's dead.
It looks like an earwig, but way bigger.
That's pretty much what I was thinking too.
I will allow a roll if someone would like to roll to identify the creatures.
Nature, Arcana.
Give me a nature.
What are we
These
looking
things
at
are
here?
beasts, apparently, so we'll do a nature check for these ones.
Ooh.
I believe I was right. It's definitely an extra large earwig. It even came out of your ear.
I'm pretty sure it is though. Earwig. There's two.
What do we got? We got
two of us.
14 for Fujin, a 2 and a 1.
The guy with the -3 did better than both of us combined.
You dummies don't know shit. Fujin, you hit the DC for that one, so I'm going to tell you a little bit of information. These are creatures known as carrion crawlers. They are ravenous corpse eaters. Carrion crawlers gravitate toward places of slaughter and decay. In such charnel environs, they feast on the dead with no qualms about their meal's origins or freshness. They have segmented bodies like gigantic cutworms. From beneath their multi-part maws protrude 8 thin, lashing tentacles. Creatures struck by these tentacles risk being paralyzed and consumed. Carrion crawlers generally live in sewers. You'll find them in battlefields, graveyards, necropolises, or fitted wildernesses, looking for corpses to eat, clinging to ceilings to ambush their smaller prey. Now, I have changed the way they work just a little bit to make it a little bit more interesting. Generally speaking, they don't dig, but these are graves, so they were digging. We'll give you a little bit more information as well. Obviously, they have the multi-attack, giving them the ability to use something called the paralyzing tentacles, which you saw successfully employed against Irina, which they can do within 10 feet. Yes, so that is fun. All right, good stuff.
Yeah, look, Fujin will bring... I don't know if he'll honestly bring anything up to the other two. He might just start acting. Like taking action, a better term. Knowing a little bit about these things for Fujin, I'm just going to pull out my dagger and start like peeling off little pieces of the carapace of one of them near the stomach.
Yeah.
Getting ready to try to start like cutting into the stomach just to see if there's any loved ones' valuables that this thing has eaten as it's been eating corpses. I've got a little idea for how he knows them, but until like I guess someone talks to him, we'll probably just be like remembering that and not wanting these possessions of people to be lost in the gullet of some fucking giant sewer rat.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I think I know as well how you would know these things, given a little bit of the backstory that we covered, in the first episode.
So, William, when that thing grabbed And then he looks over at Fujin and then lowers his voice. I grabbed Irina, and like it grabbed me earlier. Those tentacles seem to be like they like stun you, or they like make you feel drowsy. You saw it; she just went slack.
I think that means we probably should be attacking from range, not getting right up in there. Make sure we're evading.
I was thinking, like, you're pretty clever. Do you reckon you might be able to, I don't know, like, use, like, is it like a gel on the tentacles, or does it have little pincers? And he's gonna have a look at their little things and see if we might be able to use it to slap someone in the face to make them go paralyzed.
Yeah, okay. Roll a survival check, and we'll see if you can harvest any of this creature's tentacles and
Now,
the paralytic nerve agent.
My survival is 0.
Mm-hmm. Fritz
I'm
probably do it.
asking William to do it.
Okay.
Is that, or Fritz even? No. Oh, William's here. I'm just going to ask William. Like, do you reckon that, like, I'm happy to think on it. If William, are you gonna roll?
Bill?
I mean, I'm a +0 too, so.
Yeah, I know, but do you want me to roll? Because I'm asking for help. Like, are you gonna roll one? I roll one. Yeah, let's do that.
So, well, I guess
that was so close. Oh, the digital thing literally like rolled to the B, then back to the 8.
if it's using like a venom or something like that to transfer, that causes that reaction, there might be like a venom gland or something we could try and find. I mean, looks like Fujin there's already started cutting it up. He might have seen something.
I came across these when I was a kid.
You live to tell the tale. Well,
Do you think we could use it as like a stunning whip? Not to be insensitive, but it does seem pretty dangerous.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't even thinking of that. I'm trying to... They have a love for rotten flesh. I'm guessing it's eaten all the bodies under the cemetery here. I wasn't even thinking about that yet. I'm trying to... Look, I can look at that in a second. Can one of you give me a hand? I'm trying to see if there's any belongings to people that have died.
All right, I'll get you to
sure.
roll me a survival check as well, Mr. Fujin.
I rolled a 10 before, but I roll with advantage, I guess, from the help. Thank God. 21.
21. Very nice.
You mean like that thing there? That thing right there. I'm helping.
turn your main finger around, wise.
That is to look for any items in the stomach, right? That one?
Yeah. Things that obviously wouldn't have, like, obviously dissolved away or might have only recently been eaten. Looking for loot, but through the sense of, like, Fujin doesn't want the things like the toy of the little boy to, that obviously he only, like, the day beforehand buried with him, the little wooden figure. He doesn't want things like that to just be, like, in the stomach of this creature being dissolved.
But luckily, he rolled a 12 on his D100, which is a sunblade. You found a sunblade.
And that's not my D100.
I'm gonna
Awfully convenient.
carry that roll over as well for both of the creatures. You find you find actually a couple of coins. You find 7 silver pieces and 3 copper, if that's worth anything to you, and mostly badly dissolved personal belongings, scraps of leather, some bones, a lot of stuff that is impossible to identify given the level of degradation. But you find among them more recently devoured items, still intact, is a cloak of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have like a symbol on it? Or a pin, I guess, near the front even? Like something to insinuate like whom it once belonged to?
The cloak doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary to you. There don't appear to be any symbols. There don't appear to be any identifying things. It just appears to be like a nice fur-lined cloak with a hood. You would say it's possible that one of the bodies may have been buried with this cloak, may have been a personal item, but I think it's probably impossible to identify to whom it belongs before it was devoured.
These carrion crawlers, if that's what they're called, they used to be under the city of Luskin in the sewers there. It's not a clean place, not taken care of. Criminals and pirates and vagabonds frequent the streets. The Brotherhood often sent me under the tower, into the sewers to dispose of bodies, experiments, poor beggars that they had lured into the tower, and I often had to dump them there while trying to dodge the attacks of these creatures. Their tentacles are horrifying. Poisoned a couple times, had to be... No one ever came for me, obviously. But,
You're lucky to be alive.
Lucky. I never had to fight one to the death. I usually just tried to flee to the best of my ability.
I don't think that you're this level of alone anymore. We would be coming to your aid if you needed it.
Thank you.
If only I'd been a little bit quicker for Arena.
Likewise. Maybe Thana, they're doing something over at the body. Maybe Thana has a way to help. I thought possibly the Vistani might as well. And if... I don't know if Ismark wants to hear this, but worst comes to worst. If this is some sort of a creature that the Dark One obviously is raising from the dead, maybe they could raise her. Not that she would want that. I don't know, that's a selfish thought, I guess. For the tentacle, Tane, I don't know. Like I said, I never had a chance to fight one and test it. I wouldn't hazard to, say that any of my kin in the Brotherhood did test on it, but it wouldn't have been something that they told me or taught me about. I was more of a slave there.
Yeah, no, I understand. I was just, and Tane's very interested in. He's gonna take out a something that at a throwback to the lovely murder house, where he had a proper sack. But it's just a robe bundled up, and he's gonna put it underneath one of the tentacles and chop the tentacle off into it and roll it up.
And your survival check was what on that one?
I hadn't done anything yet.
Okay. Do you want to roll that one for me? And we'll just see the efficacy with which you can harvest this particular.
Knowing that what you want to do, Tane, if you want, I'm happy to help with this and do my roll. I actually have a +3 in survival.
Oh, la-di-da. Check out Mr. +3. Yeah, no, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, book smart's not good, but cutting up creatures to live in the back alleys as I was running away from home, very good. One more time with advantage. Thank God for the advantage. Thank God for the advantage. 22.
Okay, all right. I was already looking up what I could do to you if you rolled a 1. With a 22, don't need to worry about it. I would say it's going to be... it's possible to extract some of this venom. It'll probably lose a lot of its efficacy as you go along over time. So I would say probably for the next 24 hours or so, you can probably utilize this poison, putting it on a weapon or something like that, and using it to the same effect that the creature used it. After which it just becomes a standard poison.
On that,
Yeah.
DM.
Yes.
I'll turn to Tane. Surviving in the streets, learning things what I could from the Brotherhood while I was there with my family. I did have to learn how to distill poisons, both for work, and then eventually I tried to practice it more myself to help survive while I was doing mercenary work. I actually have proficiency and own a set of alchemist supplies. I thought the idea of Fujin is, like I just said, making poisons to help me sort of have a bit of an edge while I was like a solo mercenary, and also maybe making like medicine sets from like scratch for a little bit of impromptu healing as well while I was working, and just traveling by myself. Would I be able to use the alchemy supplies to try to distill that to make some more of like a permanent, long-lasting like vial?
Yeah,
so
man.
we don't just have this like decaying piece of flesh.
Fuck yeah! Of course you can do that. All right.
Okay, cool.
Let's
let me take a look at it tonight when we set up camp.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so you think it's a poison? I thought it was like some sort of slap stun.
Well, whatever it is, I can take a look and see if I can vial
All
it,
right.
make it last longer.
What I'll tell you is this. We're going to make a roll for this when it comes around to it. We're probably going to be using your intelligence plus your proficiency with the kit that you're using. And you might be able to make something called crawler mucus, which is a contact poison, as Mod stated. This is a poison harvested from dead or incapacitated carrion crawlers. A creature subjected to this poison must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for 1 minute, and the poisoned creature is paralyzed. Repeating the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, not unlike the poison that Irina was affected by, and ending the effect on itself on a success.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll do that tonight, and maybe even try to get like one of the others to maybe give me a bit of a hand with it.
I'll tell you what.
Maybe has book smarts.
Tell you what, to make this even more interesting, there's a DC attached to the crawler mucus poison. I'm going to say that you're going to be able to make this, because how many times are we going to do this? So you're not going to have to roll to make it. You're going to make it, but with a good roll, we're going to be able to bump up that DC for that paralyzation effect.
Excellent.
Really shitty roll, maybe the DC goes down. Roll a natural one, maybe it's just ineffective. So
I accidentally break it on me.
Explodes in your face.
You become paralyzed yourself, you fall over in a small puddle of water, and you drown. Okay.
And you pee yourself.
Now, I will say these carrion crawlers have obviously been feasting upon the rotting remains of the corpses contained within this graveyard. Now, it appears that this graveyard is quite old indeed. It's probably been used for a very long time. And I would say some people might intentionally bury their dispose of corpses here with the intention of the carrion crawlers consuming them, or because that's one less problem that they have to deal with, and they can continue to reuse this graveyard. Some of the graves are overturned, their contents spilled out and exposed to the chill Barovian air. Others remain intact. Some of the gravestones are damaged. Likewise, some of them remain undamaged with readable epitaphs. You can explore the graves if you wish, or we can move on and explore something else if you prefer. What do you do?
I would like to just check and clarify with you.
Uh-huh.
Was the 7 silver, 3 copper fur coat, because you asked, like, what are we doing next?
Yes.
Was that from both of them or just from one?
That was from the both of them. Yeah,
Okay.
and the rest of the stuff
Well,
was very, very digested, almost, could barely be recognized.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to see if, like, what I should do next is go to the next one. But no, look. In that case, I don't really know, to be honest. I feel like Fujin might just wander into the woods a little bit by maybe, like, 50, 60 feet into the trees and just sort of, like, sit down next to one by himself.
Okay. Tane?
If the others want to do something important, but
Bill?
I'm probably just going to be, like, in my own thoughts.
So Bill's sort of sensing a little bit of something's not quite right. And the reason being, we were just in a very small village that had a church and a cemetery out the back of the church. We haven't seen any other settlements, and we've just got a graveyard that's randomly here. So what he would like to do is see what he can read from the grave markers themselves, trying to identify time of death, that sort of thing, and maybe even speak to Fujin, because he was the one that looked at the cemetery in Barovia, and just try and work out, like, is this currently in use? Is this 100 years old and this is, like, no one's kind of used it for a while? Like that sort of thing, like trying to piece together the purpose of this, because right now it seems like they're doubling down on something that they don't need to double down on. It's a mismatch of resource management, as an accountant would know.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand entirely. I'll tell you this much, Fujin. You make your way into the woods, and as you just cross beyond the tree line, just a little bit, just outside of view, maybe you hit your foot on a rock or something like that, and you stop and you look and you start pulling away some of the weeds and the underbrush, and you just find all of these remains of broken up headstones just piled all throughout the bush here. I imagine, like, you've got the graveyard and surrounded by that stone wall, and then you sort of go down an incline, or decline rather, a little bit into the tree line, and I mean, they're weathered and old, and it looks like to you this graveyard has been used and reused and just over and over again.
Look, I'll just to see if there's any more of them in the distance to get a scope of, like, if this thing is widespread, whatever used to be here. I guess similar to Bill, but also worry that there might be other dangers around us. It's not getting late, but we know that the later it gets, the more dangerous it gets. And then obviously the Vistani are all close. There's a lot of problems for things in our area, so I'm gonna have just a bit of a general sweep, like take a bit of a crouch and just look through the woods for a bit.
Okay.
If I could do, I guess, like a perception or something.
Yeah, perception sounds like what we're doing.
You should just say no.
No.
I think I want to do that as a DM. I'd like to do a perception. No.
Not today, no.
You think I haven't
Computer
done
says
that
no.
before? 21.
Roll the mist in.
So I'm looking for anything but nothing. I'm just looking through the trees for stuff that's standing out. At 21.
You're sort of picking through the scrub, underbrush, and it's quiet. Painfully quiet. You don't hear the sound of birds or insects or anything. Maybe just the gentle sound of the trees as they blow in the very soft wind. And then you see something hanging from a low branch of one of the trees. Something small, maybe about a foot in length. and you approach, and it's like a porcelain doll. One of the eyes is like missing. It's got faded. A foot. A foot's not that big. It's one Subway sandwich. And that's how I always remember what a foot is. And it's faded paint. It's wearing like this little hand knitted dress, and it's sort of just like sort of propped up on like in the branches, the overhanging branches of a tree. What do you do? It's like kind of up just outside of reach. It's sort of hard to see.
I'll grab my scimitar and cut the branch that it's on. Take a slice through it.
Just definitely cut straight through that branch, and the object falls down from the tree with not loud, but just lands in the sticks and the plants on the ground. You reach down, you pick it up, and
No. You ain't hand waving me into touching this thing. I'm gonna crouch beside it and just sort of like give it a look over, like turning it to the side with the end of my scimitar. We've met enough creepy shit in the town so far, a haunted house, and I'm literally from a tower that's probably full of cursed items. So this might be something that belongs to one of the people in the graveyard. So I want to look it over in case I should take it back. But I'm not gonna openly just like touch it and be like, "Yes, I give you my soul."
He said it. He said it.
So, crouch down in scimitar, just sort of move to the side and see if there's any, I guess, like made by on its feet or its back, stuff like that.
Made in Taiwan. I love it.
Well, if there's like a woodcrafter.
I hear.
Maybe we've got their markings on it, or like a print of like a town.
Yeah, you flip it over. I can picture this in my head. There's just like this light fog, just sort of permeating through the trees, and you just flip it over. It's got like powder white porcelain doll. And you look at it and you can see it's dressed fairly plainly, but it has this auburn colored hair, and you can't shake the feeling that it reminds you of Irina. Maybe you spy a maker's mark just under the collar, get a closer look, and you can just make out the words in common. Is no Blinsky, is no fun.
Okay.
It's missing an eye. It looks like it's been out here for a while. It looks like it's slightly burnt as well.
It hasn't made any weird noises. It hasn't given me like a creepy stare. It hasn't started moving, and it seems to have like a maker's mark. Despite the Irina similarity, I'll pick it up and I guess bring it over to the graveyard.
It doesn't move or say anything, but it's definitely unnerving, especially now considering what just happened. But you pick it up, chuck it in your bag, and you go back to the graveyard. Bill, Tane, while he's doing this, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'll let Bill speak first, because Tane's just, honestly, he's put away his sword. You can see the mood's down. He's not feeling it himself. he's actually feeling like he might have let the group down by 1 HP or so. You know, he actually took the lion's share of his own protection, and he's going to try and cheer himself up and try and cheer the party up as he's feeling down with a bit of lute playing.
Bill?
So I think after he realizes, like speaking to Fujin, like this graveyard is a bit older than what we all thought. It's expanded, it's evolved, it's moved. I think he'll let Fujin have his space, knowing a little bit of what's going through his mind. And then once Tane brings out the loot, realizing that that he's hurting a little bit, maybe like regales a bit of a story about something that his father once told him about a heroic orc who at first he thought he did a bad thing, but as the story eventuates, that bad thing turned into be the right thing to do at the time, and he ends up being a bit of the hero in the story to try and raise his spirits a little bit here, because he's his friends feeling a bit down on his luck.
Okay. Very, very good.
Yeah, I think I used to read that book when I was a kid. Orky the Orc.
Orky McOrkface, yeah.
Orky McOrkface, that's it. I remember the picture on the front was of a guy going, "Oh no, I did the wrong thing," but then when you turned it over, it was a very short book. On the back,
very short, but yeah, it was more of a pamphlet than a book. But yeah, it's some of these stories, like you think they're just fables, but there is wisdom inside there.
All right, so the music's going to take a bit of it was a bit sad before, and now it's sort of taking a bit more of a positive spin, a little bit it's not like jovial, but just more like let me hang on, let me get a few rhyming words together. Yeah, okay, that'll work. So raise up your tankards, I know that you're sore. We've fought many beasts and we'll fight many more. From ghosts and taxidermied wolves. Such a terrible gig. But none quite so horrible as that fucking earwig. And then it goes into just a little bit of angry music. But yeah, we're gonna try and give everyone some temporary hit points with and heroic inspiration for anyone that needs it. Use a musician feat.
I'm gonna say.
Yes,
This
please.
this would have been handy a little bit ago. He built things to himself.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels like this could have buffered some of the group up. Not a bad performance. 25.
Pretty good.
Just reading the.
It's pretty good. Better than
Well, about to be.
I'm given.
2 heroic inspirations to allies. So I think Fujin might. Did you use yours, Fujin?
Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot. There's something that I need to do here. Let me just bring something back. Kind of forgot. Might make a little bit of difference in the long run.
There's 2 more creatures.
There's 7 more creatures.
Arena actually. Arena had double the hit points actually.
She had 74 hit points. She's still alive. And she's like, "What are you people crying about? Don't cry for me." No. Last I checked,
milk that's spilt.
Bright Eyes was infected by some parasites. He's going to need to make some saving throws here. Unless someone has something to cure him. Does anyone have anything they can cure him with? Or
does it say if just like basic healing magic removes the effects? Because Fritz would definitely try cure wounds on it, I feel like. On Bright Eyes.
And she's got the charisma to be able to get away with that roll too.
Anything that
I can
cures
cure a
diseases
poison.
or removes the poison condition. Do you have anything
I can do that.
does that? Okay, you can do that? All right, then I'm just going to...
Is it? Wait, is that with your lay on hands? Do you still have that in your pool?
I do.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it was inspiring spite that you gave that out. Yeah, sorry. I thought it
Okay.
was lay on hands.
All right, so...
No, yeah. So lay on hands. I've still got 10. I already gave 5 hit points to somebody to keep them alive. Can't remember who. And then I can give 5 and remove poison condition from creature.
All right, so I won't worry about making any of those saves. You can just do that. Make sure you just check that off on your John.
If you want to roll to see how bad it gets, then I'll come running over because I'm all the way over here. I'm not doing shit to do with bright eyes unless somebody tells me.
I mean, you know this is happening. I'm not going to keep this information from you. So if you want to cure it, you can cure it. Otherwise, I'm going to roll some saves here.
Cure it.
Cure it?
With the damage, bright eyes would probably like walk a little bit away and then like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it actually like? Are they screaming out? Oh my god, the brains!
You can see maggots in the wound. It's like you can even see them. The parasites are like writhing beneath, and like Bright Eyes will be whimpering and crying and bleeding from the wound. And you can see.
Definitely.
So
we all came together before we separated too.
Yeah, and you finished Bright Eyes off just to put him out of his misery. Okay, good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nice work. That's what a responsible dog owner does.
And I go up to Ismark and I say, well, you know what they say. Terrible things come in 3. And he's like, what? And I fucking stab him in the neck. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Fucking go to sleep. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Look, at this point, I don't see that there's too much that we can do without Grace and Jem being here, unless you guys disagree.
I would like to do one final roleplay.
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
One final thing that Fujin would like to do. Coming over, I guess, while Fritz and Tane and Thana are all with the body in Ismark. Ismark. Can I borrow you for 1 second?
And he looks up at you. He's got like bloodshot eyes. He's like still covered in Irina's blood. He sort of gently rests her head up against the stone wall. And just wordlessly, he just sort of gets up and he'll follow you. Sort of wipes his face. Doesn't say a word though.
Yeah. I don't say we go too far, like 10 feet away, just beside the tree over here.
100 feet. You walk 100 feet away. Seems unnecessary.
Back to town.
I don't know if it's an omen or not, or if this has any meaning to you, but I found this in the woods over there. There's a doll that looks eerily like Irina. It says something about a Blinsky on it. Does this make any sense to you?
Takes the doll. Quiet for a long moment, maybe another tear rolls from his eye. And he's like, Blinsky. His like voice is like harsh now.
It's okay. I want to help her too. I don't want to give up hope. I've seen the folks back in my hometown create apocalyptic scenarios and miracles through magic. Not always the latter, but I'm grasping at straws here. What does this doll mean? Is it a sign of hope or foreboding?
Yes. I think Everything in this cursed place is an ill omen. The last light has been snuffed out. Blinsky. This is, what was his name? My father took me to visit the toy maker in Valaki when I was just a boy. Gadolf? Gadolf Blinsky. Yeah. You're right, this does look like Arena. And he's just...
The fact that it's so far away from Valakian looks like her.
1,000 yards
I don't
there.
know what we can do for Irina, but maybe Blinsky knows something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just any.
What is this? He turns it over.
Any.
He's like, looks like it's been burnt. Oh, is it out here? Maybe someone left it for one of their children? Maybe? Don't know. So many terrible things have happened in the last 5 days. I just need to get somewhere. I just needed to get her somewhere safe.
Let's continue to take her to the city. They've got priests there.
And for the first time, you see a little bit of a spark of hope. It's like, you're right.
You mentioned they've got bones or something that are magic that's able to literally keep out the devil. If they've got something that powerful, I've heard of reviving magic back in my homeland.
Surely the Morning Lord won't allow this to happen. Surely there must be something that we've done. If there's anything that can be done, the Cathedral, St. Andrew, that'll be the place. The priest there, the priest, I've heard that he's capable of performing great miracles. Father Lucia.
Okay, well, let's
Yeah.
Let's take her there, and while we're there, I'll speak with Gadolf. If this doll is here and it looks like her, maybe he is some sort of a diviner. Maybe he knows something that could help us. There still could be hope.
Hope. Maybe. It's so hard to see now, but maybe. Can I keep this? He says, referring to the doll.
For now, until we get the real one back.
Thank you. You know, she always
While
said
that's
that the most
happened-
important thing was to keep the spark of hope alive. I never really listened to her, but maybe you're right. What were you saying, Tane?
While that's happened, Tane has folded a blanket around Irina and
Set her on
picks
fire.
her up onto his shoulder and goes, and Pony Soprano comes out of the bushes like summoned, and I'm like, there you are.
Like Roach.
Princess, there
Finally,
you
Pony.
go.
Alright, let's have a look.
And I load Irina up and secure her onto Pony Soprano.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. That one.
With us,
Christian just
There it
loves
is.
these ones.
you just load her up with some U-Haul straps. You know how it works.
Yeah, so you get the ratchet straps out of your pack.
Honestly, I know it looks bad, but it's way more comfortable than my regular saddle.
I reckon we get some glasses and go Weekend at Bernie style.
Let's do the whole campaign with her.
I'm Irina.
But that's for me, Sven. That was the last thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Just bring the doll, see if he recognizes it, and I think there's between Ismark and Fujin, there's a lot of copium happening right now.
A lot of opium happening?
Copium.
That too.
Copium is in like we're trying to cope we're trying to cope and pretend that everything's okay the best we can.
Yeah, things are definitely not okay, but sometimes you just need to, like Ismark said, you just need to grasp onto the small sparks of hope that you still have remaining and cling on to those things, because sometimes those are the only things that can keep you moving in these dark times. What is it that is going to keep you guys moving ahead? I think things have changed. Some of you were thinking about going to this dinner invitation. The others were thinking about going to Vallaki. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back next week and Thana and Fritz were like, you know what, let's get this person to Vallaki first. But I don't want to speak for their characters.
Vallaki or the Vistani? Like, as Christian said at the start, like they could have some like weird rejuvenation magic, like, and they're closest too.
They could.
So.
They are only half an hour away from where you are. So short walk to get to where they are. They might have something that could help out here. And if you were to talk to Ismark about the Vistani as well, he probably would have told you, maybe on the walk here, if you asked him about the Vistani, he'd be able to tell you, the Vistani, I think I mentioned this before, they've been here since a lot longer than his ancestors moved into the valley, so they have much stronger ties to the land, and they're not hostile towards anyone. In fact, for the most part, they're quite what's the right word here?
Neutral.
Not neutral, but they're welcoming towards other people, if that makes sense. They're hospitable. They're hospitable on the surface, but they keep the deeper secrets to themselves, which has led to the greater population of Barovia to view them with an air of mistrust, whether that's born out of just, simple fear of something that you don't know, fear of something that you don't understand. He's not sure. You don't know.
Right. Well,
we haven't had a good history with them.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
You definitely don't.
I was thinking that, like, before we're all heading to Vallaki, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Ismark wanting to go to the dinner.
Oh.
Okay. What's your reasoning behind that?
Self-destruction, frustration, anger, wrath.
That could definitely have been a possibility. Now that Fujin has maybe ignited a little bit of a spark of hope that Irina could be returned, that you would presume would be the path that he's going to take at any chance that he has. Once that hope is lost, though, it's a different story. Things could turn out quite differently. This episode definitely didn't go the way that I was expecting it to. I knew there was a chance that this could happen, but I thought you guys were going to be like, and I do this thing that saves all of the characters. But I guess at level 3, it's just not an option.
Yeah, disadvantage only does something if the person has AC that someone can miss.
Yeah, her AC wasn't particularly high. Here's the thing. She did have the ability to parry. So she can add 2 points to her AC. And if she'd been able to do that, she would not have been hit.
If she wasn't paralyzed.
If she wasn't paralyzed. So she wouldn't have been hit if she wasn't
only someone
paralyzed.
had a blessed Irina.
Yeah. Well, I'm just just sitting here.
Pulling back the curtain too, she failed her Constitution saving throw by 1 point. 1 point.
Oh God! Don't say that. Poor Mod.
So really, her blood's on your hands, Mod. I am innocent. There's nothing I could have done.
As someone who's run this module before, and these guys are like supposed to be like pretty, like, integral to the story, they do not take a hit well. Like,
yeah.
The second you rolled into Irina, I'm like, even without the paralyzed, I'm like, well, she's dead.
I had plans for both Irina and Ismark to possibly progress based on how you guys wanted them to progress, because I have created them as custom monsters, so I can make additions to them. For instance, if she was going to be spending time with Fujin, I would have given her the ability to make a sneak attack, or perhaps an unarmed attack, or perhaps a cantrip if she was spending time with Bill, or something like that. Add a little bit of flavor and give them a little bit of a buff as well, since they're...
Allow them to grow, yeah.
Allow them to grow.
Great idea.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But I think that's where we're going to have to end tonight's episode, because we've got questions that need to be answered. We can't answer those questions without the people needed to make those decisions. So short episode tonight, but we did manage to finish that combat. Again, unless you guys wanted to search some graves, we can jump back into next week's episode and just pick it up and decide the fate, not only of Irina, but also Ismark, and perhaps the entire story, the entire adventure, and the whole valley of Barovia hinges on whatever you decide next week. And that is the spirit of this campaign. It is unpredictable. Things are going to happen that we didn't foresee, and we're just going to roll with it, because that, I think, is the best way to tell a story. So we call it a night?
Yeah. Just before we call it a night, Christian, you're playing Thana, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Right, Thana, could I have a gold piece, please? I just need one.
Oh, take all of them.
Oh, really? Thanks.
And all of my weapons and armor.
No, I just need the gold. And he starts juggling it, and I dropped. Oh no, dropped down the hole. Oh well.
Okay.
End of scene.
End of scene. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Make sure you check out Fruit Bowl Dice if you want to roll as poorly as Irina did tonight. Check out Fruit Bowl Dice, and if you want to roll as well as the Carrion Crawler did, make sure you check out Fruit Bowl Dice, because all of tonight's rolls on my part were brought to you by our affiliate partner, Fruit Bowl Dice, local content creators. They make handmade dice, worth every penny, I might add, because these Abyssal Depth die, I sometimes... Look, back in the days, I thought about dice. I'm like, why do people need to spend lots of money buy dice? Buy some cheap dice. It's all the same shit. Now, when I'm playing video games, I got this thing lying next to me. Sometimes I just pop it open and just check out my dice.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, ooh, it's like a status symbol. You know what I mean? And I feel better about myself knowing that I spent some of my hard-earned cash getting myself some of these sweet fucking dice. If you want to feel good about yourself for a change, buy yourself some Fruit Bowl Dice. And go to tabletopaudio.com if you want to entertain your buddies with some tabletop ambience audio stuff. Tabletopaudio.com. Doesn't matter what you're playing. Sci-fi, fantasy, modern day thriller, maybe a soap opera. Check out fucking Tabletop Audio. Yes, I will marry you, Mod. And that's it for tonight. Thanks, everybody. Good night. May all of your 20s be dirty. We'll see you next week, Thursday night, presumably at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and wherever else this is being streamed to right now. Good night, everybody.